ShinRobjira.
What's going on there, friends and neighbors? I am ShinRobjira, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the 3-piece Godziban set from Bandai, the Bandai Movie Monster series. Now, for some of you out there who don't know what Godziban is, you might be new to the franchise, or you might just be old to the franchise, you don't know what the heck is going on here with these crazy designs, let me inform you. Godziban, or Monster Puppet Show Godziban, is an ongoing multi-segmented Japanese puppet web series as co-produced by Toho, Alpha Boat, and Studio Koganamushi. The show premiered and fully airs on the Godzilla YouTube channel and has remained rather popular since its debut on August 9th, 2019, with a third season just starting this past week. The plot, as stated before, is multi-segmented and focuses on multiple characters and features some of the most amazing and adorable puppets I've seen in a very, very long time. The charm is impeccable and the show itself is adorable. Every episode is free on the Godzilla YouTube channel, though it does not have any official subs, just the crazy auto-generated ones. I'll leave links to those playlists in the description below. Back to the toys! Alright, that's it. That's your info dump. But before I get to talking about all of these figures one by one, I just want to talk about their tags first to get this done and out of the way. So here we have little Godzilla. Look at that adorable little image of him right there. We've got a little scannable there, so any Japanese fans that are watching this, by all means, go for this, scan this. I never scan any of these. Here is the back of the tag, and now every single tag is going to look like this on the back, so I'm just going to be showing the front and insides of them. And here is the inside of the tag. You can see the Godzilla 2021 seal. You got another little scannable right there. No idea what's going on in here. That's little Godzilla. Here is Minya's tag, and dear God, I feel intimidated. Minya, I'm assuming, don't know what all that is, another scannable. Inside of the tag, another scannable, Godzilla 2021. Here is Godzilla-Kun's tag, oh my God, that is adorable, another scannable. Opening up, another scannable, Godzilla
2021.
That's it. So first we're gonna be talking about little Godzilla. Now, as his name entails, this guy, he's tiny. Very freaking tiny. The smallest yet. But despite his size, he's got a lot of detail and some decent paint. Let's take a closer look at things. Jesus God in heaven, Bandai, why? Just paint the entirety of the back silver if this is going to be the result of everything. Yep. Here I go, gonna complain. But you know what? I'm gonna play devil's advocate before I start complaining in full. So, you didn't paint the outside row of the dorsal plates. Okay, maybe you did that because you wanted to showcase that he's a young boy and he's slowly growing into his Godzilla-hood. My entire argument's completely defeated by that, but I don't care. And you know, it's mostly present on the other side. It's like, okay, I can get behind that aesthetical choice. But what the heck, Bandai? What is this? Oh, jeez, bro. Guys, I understand this is a smaller figure, but it shouldn't be this bad. Listen, Bandai collectors, we've seen the entirety of our figures' backs painted the exact same color as the dorsal fins for years now. We don't really care. You can pull this off. It would have been perfectly fine because this looks bad. That right there, all this, all that paint rub off and everything. I don't even know if that's rub off. It really doesn't look like you fully painted these. It doesn't look very good, Bandai. I'm gonna be honest with you there. Yeah, you know, you could say, oh, it's because he's young and, you know, he's coming into his own Godzilla hood, blah, blah, whatever frick I said. This just doesn't look good. You have whole, like, green patches back here where there's silver everywhere else. Not cool, Bandai. And hey, yo, come on, that's a small tail. It's like that tiny. You telling me that you couldn't extend some of that silver over here? Or even on the nubs on the back of his head? Come on, Bandai, come on. Thankfully, the young Boo-Boo Jira over here definitely lucked out a lot better in terms of the face. I had been seeing a lot of in-hand pictures with the whites of the eyes kind of pooling down into the corner of the eye. Thankfully, mine doesn't have it very bad. It doesn't look like he's crying milk. He does have a little bit of a schmutz on the upper eyelid over there, but that doesn't bother me much. Same could be said with the other side, and those adorable little orange cheeks. Look at that. That's just so cute. I'm glad that these are a lot lighter than I've seen on other ones too, because they've been very heavy-handed to the point where it looks like it just drips down, and thankfully it's not like that on either side. Now, the eyes, yeah. You can see right here in the light that there are two circles in there. Now, I have a theory, I don't work at Bandai, I'm just saying I have a theory, that the reason why these circles are part of the mold like this is to guide the painting process. Now, as you can see, the outside of the circle over here practically matches and comes into contact with the black of the pupil over here, and it is like that on on both sides, so that might have actually been a smart way to really guide the painting process. Now, I really don't know how Bandai goes about painting their figures, but that's what it seems like to me. Anyway, the eyes look nice. Yes, they don't look like little galaxies of fire and hope like on the puppet, but it's a Bandai figure. We've got this beautiful rusty orange on the outside of the pupils over here, the iris, I believe. I don't know biology. And we've got, you know, the standard blacks and whites of the eyes and everything looking very, very nice. The teeth are all competently painted. Very, very nice. I do feel like there should have been like another tooth on this side to paint, but hey man, it's not there. And I do kind of wish that they painted a little bit of the inside of the mouth, but I feel like that could have led to somewhat of a tragedy. All right, kill two birds with one stone. The claws will be painted, but they will only be painted on the outside, not on the inside like that. The chest over here is going to be all gold, and I really do appreciate the differentiation of detail going on over here. From the neck to right here in between the pectorals, it's different. It's not just this and spray painted a different color. It's very, very nice, and I really love this strong gold. It looks very cool. It's just towards the armpit area, the gold does kind of fade a little bit, and it's like that on both sides, unfortunately. And moving down to the stumpy legs over here, we got stumpy legs, we've got decently painted toenails. It looks really, really nice, and unfortunately, the legs are not going to be articulated. Now, speaking of articulation, the tail is articulated, and the arms are articulated. Nothing in the head, and yes, nothing in the legs. So when it comes to wee little Godzilla over here, he probably has the most paint out of all the other figures in this line, and he really is just stacked on the detail. Yes, I am upset about the lack thereof competent paint on his back, but from afar, he's an adorable little lump. He's green, he's gold, he's got the big boo-boo eyes. It looks adorable. It does. Now, let's take this, the weakest figure of the line, yes, I said it, and let's bring in the holy savior cinnamon roll himself, Minilla. Everybody's favorite punching bag is back, and personally, I think he looks 1,000 times better than little Godzilla. I mean, look at this! Look at this face! Yes, it definitely looks like it's about to unleash unholy hell upon your soul and everything that you love and hate at the same time, but it is so cute! I'm sorry, he's an adorable little cinnamon roll, as devout Mothra follower once said, and now I can't stop saying. And for the most part, when it comes to the likeness, I think they pretty much nailed it. Alright, so we have some half-lidded boo-boo eyes going on here. As you can see, they really didn't get the white under this part over here when it comes to the eyes on both sides. Really don't mind because the white is nicely balanced. It doesn't look too runny. It's not going across any different colors, making it look bad. The circles are back, as you can see here, and those are fully filled in this time. So who knows what they were actually doing with little Godzilla there. And as you can see, the eyes still have that rusty orange as the main color. We have orange on the cheeks yet again. Thankfully, they were properly applied. No runny crap there. We've got the painted teeth. Again, do wish they would have done something with the inside of the mouth, but seeing as how it looks on the tag, that might have actually made Minilla look terrifying. It probably would have looked like he devoured a small child and just let all of the juices just leak from his mouth as he stares uncomfortably into your soul. The rest of this adorable little cinnamon roll, he's got this detail. Obviously, like, it's something you can feel, but the way that it looks, it definitely looks like the material that the puppets are made out of in the show. And when you have this figure in hand and you can feel it, you'll definitely understand what I'm saying. Either that or you could be an avid Godziban watcher, not have this figure and know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is fantastic. It's detail you can see and feel. You can see that there are a bunch of wrinkles around Minilla's neck because he is a cinnamon rolly little boy. He's got the little Godzilla titties over here. He's got a little bit of a belly going on. He's got the thighs, the knees. He's got the little wrinkles, little toes and everything. And for the most part, everything looks as it should with Minilla here. And just to get this out of the way, claws are painted, but they will only be painted on one side, and the toenails are painted, and they will only be painted on one side. 2101, B China, numbers, trademark Toho Company Limited, blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, I might as well say this is exactly how it looks on the bottom of Little Godzilla as well. Case and point. Now, ironically, let's take a look at the one part of Minilla's figure that is the most impressive, I'd say. That being the back. Now, I know what you're thinking. The back of Minilla's head head totally looks like a freshly shaven nutsack, but there's another thing going on here. The texturing on the back of Minilla's head all the way to his tail has this, it's just different. You can see it right here in the light, and it trails off to the smoothness that you'll have on the majority of the figure. Just look at that. I love that. I don't know why I love it so much, because it's literally a detail that nobody is going to see unless they pick the thing up, but I really do love that, and I love how it looks. And just in case you were wondering, the texturing on the back of Minilla's head, it's only towards the neck, like around the nape area, maybe where the ears would be. But basically, it starts up here, it'll trail down all the way to the base of the tail, and it basically just ends there. Don't know why that is, don't care that it is, I really like it. And I can't even complain about Bandai not painting the dorsal fins all the way to the tip of the tail, because none of them are painted whatsoever. Good show. And the tail back here has the same feeling that the arms do. They're very ribbed feeling. And again, it's a detail that you can see, but it's also a detail that you can feel. And I feel like it's a little bit more visible on the opposite side of the tail. Now, since pretty much everything is already covered, articulation at the tail, and the arms can go all the way around as well. But I think this looks hilarious. It's Kevin McAllister from the Home Alone movies. Alright everybody, we've done the two sons. Now let's talk about the third son. Godzilla-Kun is easily the best figure in this line thus far. I personally feel this figure is flat out adorable. Look at the eyes, look at the golden eyebrows, the detail. Everything going on about this face right here, I think is perfect. It's absolutely freaking adorable. So in talking about the eyes, we've got that rustic orange, almost brown look for the eyes over here. You can see the circles that are part of the mold yet again. Big whites on the eyes, the golden brows, the little white teeth perfectly painted, not a little smudgy out of line. And of course the claws are painted on one side, and the toes are painted, and the dorsal fins are painted. And yes, they start at the back of Godzilla's head and trail all the way down to the base of the tail. Now, I have yet another theory, same theory that I had with little Godzilla and the dorsal fins. Now, these dorsal fins look a heck of a lot better than little Godzilla did. I don't think anybody will argue with me there, but just the fact that the center row here is the only row with major color on it, it really does feel like a biological thing, you know? Because these are really, really small, and if you look at the center row of dorsal fins, you can see that more towards the root of everything, they're more so just one color. They don't have much going on there, so I feel like this is just the skin starting to form, or they're just starting to poke out of his back and everything. So that, I guess, I can give Bandai a bit of a let go for. It's like, hey, you gotta pass from me on this one. Because for the most part, the dorsal fins that are painted all look awesome. And hey, yes, look at the detail on those things. They look awesome. And, little interesting tidbit here, the dorsal fins on the tail that normally are on the tail are very, very small, very, very nubby looking. And I like that. It shows that this character, who is supposed to be the son of Godzilla, one of the sons of Godzilla, he's young. He's the oldest of the trio, but he's still young. Or it could simply just be a mimicry of the design, because the normal design of what I am assuming is 64 Godzilla-Kun has pretty small dorsal fins on the tail as well. So, unlike the other two figures, you're going to get all the copyright material on both of the feet, nothing on the tail. Fantastic detail on the tail, and I really like this little detail right here, how it actually ends right before the tip of the tail. That's really nice, really, really cool. And you're going to get, you know, the basic Godzilla tree bark looking skin on this guy, except for on the chest, which is around the same kind of texturing that you're going to get on Minilla's back, which is really, really cool. And that texturing is pretty much just going to go up to the bottom jaw on the chin over there. Looks great, looks fantastic. Godzilla-Kun, he's my favorite of the bunch. Now, in terms of articulation, the arms are going to be able to go all the way around, both of them, both sides, yada yada, and the legs are going to be able to go all the way around as well. This is the only figure with leg articulation, and this is the only figure without articulation in the tail, which I guess I just should have seen coming. But if I'm being honest, everybody, I like all three of these figures. Even little Godzilla with his insuperior paint on his back. What the heck there, Bandai. Now, I really do hope that this is the beginning of a Bandai Movie Monster series of Godziban releases, because it has quite the cast, as you saw earlier, and I would love to see Bandai representation of these figures, and I really don't mind that they're so tiny. Seriously tiny! And I think it'd be even more hilarious if they made like Godziban Shin Godzilla or Godziban Biollante and they were just these giant hulking figures. That would be awesome. That would be great. I would love to see, in general, just all the Godziban versions of all the classic Godzilla monsters that appear within the show, because these figures have absolutely solidified me in for such purchases. And you know, since they're so small, they're actually quite cheap when you can get them at Hobbylink Japan like I did. Yeah, these things sold out very, very quickly, as I said before, along with the other figures that I will be talking about tomorrow. I really wish they didn't, and I really do wish that they were more readily available, because I really don't have any links that I could possibly share to any of you aside from Amok Time Toys, and it's not exactly cheap there. But for the most part, everybody, I love these figures. I think they look great. I want more. I'm ready for more. Be them repaints or be them actual new molds for new figures from other characters and everything. Sign me up, Bandai. I'm ready for this. I can't wait to see more. Old Man Godzilla, Hedorah, any of them. Give. I want. But anyway, I do so hope you enjoyed this review, everybody. I really, really do. I will be back tomorrow reviewing the Bandai Gyaos and Queen Legion figures. And I'll be back on Friday to give you all my honest review of Godzilla vs. Kong, spoilers included. Patrons, thank you all so much for becoming ShinRobjira patrons. Truly, I really, really do appreciate it. It's because of you lot that I had the extra scratch to even pick these figures up over here, so thank you so much for that. If anybody out there wants to become a ShinRobjira patron, you should totally go in the description below, click on my Patreon link, check out the tiers, check out what you'll be getting with the tiers. I do plan on adding more content to those in the future, I promise. And while you're down there, you should totally check out all my social media links as well, but mostly just Twitter and Discord, because those are the only things that I'm actively using. Yeah, you should totally come join the Discord. We're pretty awesome over there. That's pretty much it. Like I said, we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be back on Friday. 3 straight videos, one after another. See you all then and there, everybody. Hope you enjoyed ShinRobjira, all that other good stuff. Good night!
Nice one!